All right. I don't really know how to start the show today because this is a mashup show where Mama and I are together and the girls are together, and it's technically not Daddy and the girls. It's Daddy, Mommy, and the girls. Girls, you gotta unmute. They can't even hear you. Y'all not even unmuted. So maybe we should do it this way. It's Daddy, Mommy,
and the girls.
You're not supposed to say the girls, Mommy. You Mommy.
Oh.
Let's try it again. It's Daddy, Mommy, or maybe I should let you say Mommy.
See, that's the part. I'm responding because I should have.
You should have an opportunity
to say something.
You're right when you said what you said just when you said it just now. All right, so let's try it one more time. It's Daddy
and
Mommy.
And
you gotta let her get her part out. You gotta let her get her part out.
Okay.
One more time. Daddy,
Mommy,
and the
There
girls.
we go.
You know, this was a disaster of epic
proportions. It didn't go well. I won't hold you.
It was not a disaster.
But the rest of the show is going to be amazing because we got a day of competition. The girls have been inspiring me with their back and forth banter of argumentative things that of a fun nature. And so I said, you know what? Let's take on the girls, Mommy. Let's take on the girls and see if they can defend their era against our era. So we came up with a little thing we like to call our own version of the verses. It's the girls versus the parents. Defend your era style. So we have 8 categories where we will argue for our era, our time period. Old school versus the new school. And so the girls will have to defend their new school stuff against what is clearly the better version, our old school stuff. And so we will see what they can do. I don't think it's going to go well for them, but they may shock us. You never know. So here are the categories for today's verses. We have toys, cartoons, musicals, who's the better singers, who had the better preteen teen shows, who has the better movies, who has the better video games, and finally the going outside versus staying outside. So, ladies, are you ready? Are you ready?
This is juicy.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can I get my hands right now?
I'm over cracking my knuckle.
It's very menacing, isn't it? I have you nervous, don't I? Okay, all right.
Look, Nia trying to crack a neck.
Oh, she cracked the neck. All right.
Okay.
Let's start with. Actually, you know what? We'll go back and forth and pick the categories. You've seen what the categories are. We have toys, cartoons, musicals, who has the better singers, who has the better preteen teen shows, movies, video games, and outside inside. Girls, we will give you the first selection of the category that you would like to select. What is the category that you would like to select?
Can you show us the categories one more time?
Girl, I'll show it to you twice. If you don't keep up.
Oh, Lordy.
Toys, cartoons. Pick the one you want. Music.
Video games.
Huh?
Video games.
Oh, you want to start a video game? You didn't even need to see the card. You know what? This is boring. All right.
Blind time.
So video games is the first category that we're going to argue. All right. Your video games versus our video games. Ladies, are you ready?
I think so.
My eyes are watering.
Okay. Well, that's because you know you're gonna get whooped. All right. Girls, go ahead. We'll let you go first.
Okay. Wait, are you gonna do like a timer or?
No timer. Just go.
Okay. All right. We have better graphics than yours. Our games are more complicated.
I mean, the game is better.
Yes, our games are better. We get stuff that we've wanted from our games have been better and they have more graphics than you. They
You
have
keep saying graphics like the graphics make the games better. Pac-Man had us riveted. We had poorer graphics, and yet we stayed in front of our video games for the same amount of hours that you did.
That's true.
No. Because then,
Yeah.
like, you guys didn't have the access to games like we did. Y'all had to go to the arcade. We could stay
That's
home
not true.
in the
That's not
comfort
true.
of our own home. And
That's not
play.
true. We had Atari,
We did have home consoles.
television, Commodore 64s.
At least
We
we
had-
can pronounce our video game consoles.
What?
We can pronounce our video game consoles.
That's ours too. Atari. There's nothing hard about Atari.
If you're from America.
Whatever. Our game.
If it wasn't for our games, y'all wouldn't have the games.
You're gonna hear that as a recurring theme here throughout the show. I'll give you that your graphics are better. Of course they're better.
And our gameplays are better. And it takes more effort to play our games.
And you know why? No, I wouldn't say that.
Wait
Yes,
a minute.
Calm down. What about the Wii where you have the Wii strap and you're able to move around? Plus, there's the Wii Fit where you can go ahead and step around
Yeah, I mean,
and move on there to get your
So
exercise.
your games are like,
You know, what's bananas is that we didn't have to have a computer to teach us how to be fit. We went outside.
Yeah, being fit was something totally different. We're talking about computer games.
nowadays, you can stay fit inside without having
We'll get back to that argument later, but I'm just gonna tell you. Listen, first of all, like Mom said, you wouldn't have video games if it wasn't for us. You're welcome. And then secondly, Pac-Man. Our games were so much more fun. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Space Invaders, Galaxia,
and one Gen Z game that
Centipede.
Then we go into the 80s with Pitfall and I mean we just had better games.
threatening name.
Mortal Kombat.
Pitfall was like Indiana Jones. Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I have. I mean,
Okay,
well, Mortal
I can
Kombat.
give you that.
Mortal Kombat was awesome, but yeah, we have nice fighting games as well. Like
We had nice fighting games too.
Yeah, fighting games.
I mean,
Did Street Fighter come out in you guys' era or our era?
Our era. Street Fighter was our game. And by the way,
What? I was just asking.
And by the way, you mentioned arcades. That's right. We had a place where we could go and meet up with our friends,
Right.
all together, and
Right.
play video games
that's
together.
what Discord's for.
Together. That's right. And most of the time they serve pizza and stuff like that. So it would just be a big room full of video games and food and our friends.
But we're in a panoramic, obviously.
We are not in a
Not a
panoramic.
panoramic.
It's not panoramic. Goodness gracious.
She's being funny, y'all. She's being funny. So clearly we have the better video games. Is that what we decided?
No, you don't, because like yours doesn't adjust to the new thing that we all have to do. You want to go out to your arcade. We can stay inside and play on a video call with our friends on Discord.
Okay.
Discord.
Well,
is that?
Discord reaches out to more people. Plus, it's
It's better than
interactive.
Zoom.
So
In your face, Zoom.
Okay, you got to reach a little more people, but I don't want to reach a lot of people. I just want
And furthermore, let's be clear, the console being in the house started with us.
That's right.
Yeah, but ours is better.
And the handheld video game. Those started
All of us, buddy.
That can't be an excuse.
So you carrying around your little Nintendo Switch, we was carrying around
we have
video
handheld.
games as well.
We have better handheld games.
I don't know. I can play that football game.
We have a handheld.
I was getting ready to say that football game was nice.
I
We
can
have
play that.
handheld consoles.
You what?
We have handheld consoles. You guys have these one game consoles that you can only play one game on that you can hold. We have consoles that you can hold that you could play hundreds of thousands of games on, and you only have one.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But that make your but our one is enough to occupy
Not a
our
good
time, whereas you need hundreds of thousands to occupy your time because you get so bored.
Because
All we needed was the one game. That one game was enough to keep us mentally and emotionally occupied for hours.
Mm-hmm.
the thousands of games we have justify for different people. like for like some people who are like there's some games for calmer people that like Animal Crossing. There's games for people that like to battle, and then there's other games for like people who like puzzles.
Are you saying we didn't have variety?
You can play your old-fashioned games on our handheld controllers faster.
We had variety back then.
We have variety with our old. Where do you think Mario came from?
Mario came from.
I'm saying Mario. What's all those characters? Azaria used to love those characters so much. She used to carry them around in her pocket.
Today.
The little mushroom man. Yeah. On your shirt. Super Mario and all that came from our era.
The only reason there is a Mario is because of Donkey Kong.
Well, yes. I'm not really one to argue with that.
But was it a good quality game, or was it a good game in general?
Obviously, it obviously was so quality that it sparked a whole generation of video.
It did. It set the tone. It set the precedent.
But we can agree that the new Mario, like Mario Kart, is better than Mario 6-bit World.
Is it though? Because our Mario lasted a long time.
Yours doesn't have dialogue.
Doesn't need dialogue.
Why does it need dialogue to just play?
Dialogue is better. Like
all our Mario needed was the music. Dun 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 dun.
Right.
Dun 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 dun. That's all we needed.
That's
all right. We'll let the people decide in the chats as the day goes on which one they agree. All right, Mommy, would you like to pick the next category?
Of course.
Toys, cartoons, musicals, singers, teen shows, movies, or going outside, staying inside?
Toys.
All right.
Oh.
Well, this is clearly an easy one for us because our toys are better.
No.
Our toys are better.
No, sorry. They got a point.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm only gonna side with them on this one because the disgrace of the country, this entire toy generation, is the Poopsie doll surprise. And there's like all these toilet-based toys nowadays, and they're all really bad. But they had nice dolls. At least Barbies were like $3.
For the ladies, we had the Barbie.
I can't believe this.
And the Care Bears. You can defend your toys if you think your toys are
bad.
But there were
I still say the La Loopsies inspired all sorts of girls and boys. Plus, we have I don't think it came from our era and stuff, but the Hot Wheels that inspire all sorts of
Hot Wheels came from our era.
Hot Wheels came from Dad's era. But we do have Build-A-Bear. I think Build-A-Bear came out like in the...
Yeah, but Build-A-Bear was inspired by the Care Bear.
Yeah, but not really, but a little.
Well,
that's what he looked like. He looked like a big...
Exactly, except
Care
you
Bear,
get to change
all of them are Care Bears, though.
No. But you just get to change. Only thing you get to change, like, okay, I'm going to change the color. Okay, I'm going to change the hair that comes out.
Rabbit.
And I have a Sonic doll.
She has a Sonic.
But the concept of a stuffed animal comes from us. It didn't start here.
Right. I'll just say a few things and then I'll be on my way. Transformers that are amazing. G.I. Joe, which are amazing. The Hot Wheel Racetrack, which is amazing. Shall I go on? The Rubik's Cube. The Simon Says game. I can go on if you like.
Wait, so are we talking about can board games count?
Sure.
Most of the board games that you guys enjoy playing at this household wouldn't exist without this generation.
It started with our generation.
That's our games. We're the reason why you have board games.
That's right.
Monopoly, Life, Scrabble, Candyland. Those are all us. That is us, baby.
And all of that.
I'm gonna look this up myself. When was Candyland made?
But I was even before our time.
Listen.
What?
There's no argument.
Around a long time.
The reason why toys are great today is because our toys are better.
Our toys were better. And they were sturdier. And they lasted longer. These toys now, you just grab it the wrong way. It snaps in a minute. And then you're like, man, our toys last so long and were so durable that's why they're collector's items.
Plus, our toys didn't look creepy. like the La La Loopsy dolls. And big
Now, wait a
heads.
minute.
The
Don't
big
be
old
talking about the
floppy
La La
heads.
Loopsy dolls.
You're gonna make
Nope.
this woman cry, don't you dare.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't you talk about the La La
He's
Loopsy
not
dolls.
gonna cry.
Don't you talk about stumbles that way.
I love Stumbles.
They got big, huge heads.
I grew
Stop
up on
that.
the La Loopsies.
But they do have big heads. Y'all realize that, right?
Stop
So
it.
what?
All dolls except for Barbie all
You
have
turn
big
on me,
heads.
Mama? Did you just turn on me?
No, and I'm not gonna sit back and let you talk about the La La Loopsies now.
No.
I love the La La Loopsy
Yeah, I
doll.
remind you that there are other dolls back in your generation with the big heads, such as like the Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh yeah, those things have massive monster heads.
You say.
That's right. But please believe that the Cabbage Patch doll made so much of an impact, they still making them today, and y'all's generation is buying them.
Yes. All right. So let me explain.
Wow.
So there were Littlest Pet Shop characters, the littlest Pet Shop toys. They were the Shopkins, which is
Littlest Pet Shop is just a copycat of the Pound Puppy.
That's right, which started with us.
We're Pound Puppies.
They had a song, they had a cartoon, and I used to sell them.
They tried
I
to
used
make a reboot, I guess.
I sold the Pound Puppies when I worked at Hardee's. They had them they come with your meal. So the Pound Puppies been around a long time.
we have Silly Bands.
Okay.
And this robot dog.
What did you say? You have Silly Band. What did you say? You have Friendship Bracelets. Same thing.
Same thing we had in our era. Friendship bracelets.
Oh no, Silly Bands are like different shapes and stuff. Friendship bracelets are for friends. Silly Bands are some collectors.
Hey, I worked in
Are
middle
you trying to say it's different because
No, it's not different.
Too?
When I was in when I worked in middle school education, those kids exchanged those silly bands with each other, just like friendship bracelets.
I know they're demons, but I guess they count. We had Furbies.
So we had trolls.
No, Furbies can talk, and they're robotic.
Trolls can't
Trolls
talk.
are made of plastic. Well, so is Furby.
Well, you didn't want no demon dog.
I'm just sitting there saying, what difference is
We
that?
had things that could talk. We had the little pull thing in the back where you could pull it and it had a phrase that you could say.
We had Bratz dolls.
Well, Bratz are just cheaper Barbies.
No, they're better Barbies. They're
Yes.
better looking. And we also had Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi.
Tell me what?
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi. It's like a little egg, and it's kind of like taking care of a little pet on without because parents don't want to buy children pets.
You had fake pets.
Yeah, we had fake pets because
We had those.
you guys had rocks. You had a pet.
We had fake pets too. Though.
Are you trying to say
Listen,
that
we
we're
had
so
rocks.
old that we had pet rocks?
Yes,
Listen,
you did.
Listen, Mama Noise, I won't lie to you. The rocks were a mistake, but
Told
that was a mistake. We make every choice wasn't a hit,
Well, no.
exactly.
but most of our choices were spot on.
We had the little Tykes cars.
You got that from us, Hot Wheels, and all the other cars we
No.
had.
Little Tykes cars are different. Those are actually drivable cars, like tiny.
Again, got that from us, and we called it a big wheel
Yep.
A big-
And a green
and-
machine.
and a green machine, and they were way cooler,
Okay,
Yeah.
he's
and
right.
they went way faster.
He thought about the green machine. Those are epic.
And I got to drive one of those green machines, and she loved it.
I loved
All I'm saying. All right,
it. Let me see.
hold on. I think we covered that one pretty good. We still got some more topics to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
We both made our cases. We'll let the people decide later on as the day goes on.
Mhm.
And then hopefully we'll come back with a verdict next week on next week's show on Daddy and the Girls. Okay, Zaria, pick the next category. We have cartoons left, musicals, best singers, teen shows, movies, and going outside or staying inside. No, you pick.
I guess we could do cartoons.
Cartoons.
No.
Cartoons is the category.
Wow.
And I mean, come on. What is? I mean, really? Is this even worth a debate?
Let's go.
Mommy, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. Just run down some of the greatness that is our cartoons. If you don't.
Okay, we will start with Voltron and the Transformers. And I must say, my favorite, He-Man and She-Ra. The Thundercats will always have a staple in the cartoon community. Because see, you know when something's awesome is when you can go on a regular streaming service and they have them in the category. Not all cartoons are added to the category, but certain ones have just been staples that have just been coming along. Another cartoon in our era is the Super Friends. The Super Friends and the villains, the Super Friends have the Justice League, and then the Legion of Doom is the villains. I mean, these cartoons have lasted and still continue to be fan favorites. And even when you go to the Comic-Con, a lot of them are dressed as those characters. And some of them end up becoming movies, not just your Saturday morning cartoon, but end up becoming movies as well. That's where, like right now, they got a lot of those troll movies. The Trolls movies got them from, thank you, Sora. The troll movies got them from the Smurfs. The Smurfs was the first small little characters or whatever. And so they're the ones that put their print in cartoondom. And yes, I created a word because that's what I do.
Okay, Mom, that's enough. That's enough. You let them off the ropes. Let them off the ropes.
Okay.
All right. I guess I have some.
Are y'all ready to concede, or y'all want to try at least?
Yeah, we want to try.
Okay, go ahead. We're waiting.
I'm sorry. Okay. Look,
Naya,
we'll be working together, Naya. Don't do that. Go ahead.
I think that there are some cartoons of our generation that have made an impact on the mainstream.
Okay.
Even though the original Carmen Sandiego came out a little while ago,
the new
one made an incredible impact and led a whole generation back to the original one, so they could try. Try and discover new stories and different types of parts of the world with Carmen.
So there's Cannibal, there is Teen Titans, the good Teen Titans.
Yes.
There's Ben 10, the newer.
There are actually plenty of anime influence that have actually inspired a whole generation of different types of people to create their own. Even though this was also back a little while back, Dragon Ball Z.
That's your generation of mine.
I guess it's more of like
I'll give you Dragon Ball Z. I'll give you Dragon Ball Z. Go ahead.
Because it's actually the grandfather of the entire shonen genre. It inspired an entire slew of different types of animes to later on in life, like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia,
Danny Phantom.
Oh yeah. I guess even like small cartoons like Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, they inspired a whole other generation of cartoons and stuff to take off with their different types of shows and stuff. I know there was another one. I guess the another anime that like inspired me then stuff was like Sonic X. That's like an anime and stuff that took place in the 2000s.
Phineas and Ferb.
Oh yeah. We have like Phineas and Ferb that it may seem like okay, Naya. Okay. So the Phineas and Ferb, Proud Family, most of those inspired a whole generation of different types of cartoons in order to like develop a different mainstream for them. I think there's actually a whole lot of different cartoons that inspired different types of people, like the Powerpuff Girls. What was one other one? Oh.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think you made a very compelling case.
Thank you.
I don't know if the people are going to agree with you, but I do know you made a very compelling case, and I am very proud of you.
It is compelling, even though it's hard for me to listen to this list and not be able to reach back and see where it came from. Because there would be no Sonic X if it were not for a Roadrunner.
Sonic came Sonic was not based off of Roadrunner.
No, I'm saying he's like one of the fastest animals. You had Roadrunner, you had Speedy Gonzalez, the mouse, and those speedy characters. So
Sonic is like the Japanese version of Roadrunner.
Right, Daddy. That's exactly right.
But that's good. All right.
Of course, I didn't hear anybody mention Scooby Doo. I was pretty shocked.
That came out in the 60s. It didn't like hit completely harder.
I knew
it came out in our era, but I mean, usually because you guys watch so much of it and you love Scooby Doo and the gang.
Well, Scooby Doo didn't. I think Scooby Doo didn't come out till the late 70s, 80s.
Yeah, because it didn't like hit that. It didn't hit around that time until later.
A character from Sonic is based off of the Roadrunner from Looney Tunes, but not Sonic himself.
That's
what we said.
No. Not. You said Sonic X was based off of the road.
No, not.
We didn't say Sonic X.
You trying to listen?
All right, it's my turn. It's my turn to pick a category.
Okay, let's go.
I'm picking musicals.
Okay.
Of course you are.
Was High School Musical an actual musical?
Y'all got High School Music? Yeah,
I mean it was.
He said, was it an actual musical?
Yeah, it's a movie musical.
Our musical has more meaning.
So let me start by saying this.
Huh?
This is a pretty easy one for me, if I'm being honest, because I actually enjoyed High School Musical. I thought it was really, really good.
Really?
I did. I
thought
the plots were great. I thought the connection of the two main characters and the conflict that she had and the conflict that he had, and then trying to become great and to go on to greater things. All amazing. You know why it was amazing? Because they stole it from Greece. High School Musicals are just Grease on steroids.
That's right.
No.
If there was no Grease, if there was no Danny Zuko and Sandy and Rizzo and all of those wonderful characters from Greece, there'd be no High School Musical. Everything that High School Musical is,
I'm sorry, I'm saying High School
is a building of Greece.
Right.
I'm saying skill.
High School Musical.
You've been saying
He said school. It means school.
You know what I mean.
No, I didn't. I mean, how was
Listen, and there's not. Don't get me started with the songs. The songs are so much more iconic in Greece, and Greece too, than they ever have been. We've been singing the songs in Greece 2.
Oh my gosh!
Years.
Yes, even longer.
Which
You have to just be High School Musical though.
You know, it's musicals. Pick whatever musicals you want.
All right. What about Hamilton?
Hamilton?
Touche.
Hamilton is a Gen Z musical.
That thing didn't come out till later last year, even though it hasn't been put on Disney Plus since then. However, you know what I meant.
It hasn't been on Disney Plus.
I'm looking at you, Disney Plus.
I mean, listen.
I can't argue. I can't argue against Hamilton. Hamilton is amazing.
It is.
But even Hamilton,
I'm just gonna
even Hamilton is has elements of Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk. It has which is a phenomenal musical, an iconic musical. Hamilton has elements of the Lion King musical that came out.
That was awful.
What?
Awful.
Nah, the Broadway thing, not the movie.
Considering I've never seen it, I'm just gonna say it was awful.
No.
Okay, so you're just making an unfounded argument, is what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I got you. But I don't have to go to Hamilton or anything like that to go to talk about Grease 1 and Grease 2 as being.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like what?
I didn't like Grease.
Okay.
I am raising you wrong.
Wow.
I didn't like Grease that
I
much.
mean, you didn't like Grease.
It just seems like the stereotypical bad boy is falling in love with someone who later becomes a stereotypical bad girl, and I'm just like, what?
But she didn't become a bad girl. She just became the girl that he needed.
The bad girl.
No, she didn't become bad.
She didn't become bad.
He became the emo.
She didn't become an emo. She just dressed up like his
Elvis.
He had come over to her world to make her feel comfortable. So she came over to his world to make him feel comfortable.
Which is a terrible idea, and it's an awful relationship because you shouldn't change yourself to fit his needs.
And I don't think they had to change themselves in High School Musical. So it took a little time for them to do character development, but I don't think they had to change themselves.
Why are you trying to give them points so we are wrong?
That's not what
That is exactly what's going on.
Never mind.
First of all, I think you're messing up the plot lines of both the things. In High School Musical, they absolutely had to change their minds and do different things because didn't Zac Efron's character want to be an actor and a singer, but he was really a basketball player?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's like literally the whole plot.
Yeah, I mean, Grease was just like, he's like, I did this for you. Oh,
right, I did this for you.
I'll become emo.
Sacrifice of what love is.
And then she became emo.
She did not. When you stop saying that, she did not become emo.
You know what, you just like saying shock.
I think you like saying emo.
She became an e-girl, and
no, she was a biker chick.
That does not make it any better.
Oh, you know what? All right. Well, people will see it differently.
That's right.
All right. And now we're back on you. Pick your subject. What we have left is better singers, better preteen shows, better movies, preteen shows. Okay. All right. So those are just some of the examples, but you can start the argument. Go ahead.
So we're talking about preteen Gen Z TV shows. All right. So I mean, I admit some of the other ones are like really trashy, but like
trashy.
I mean, some of ours are trashy, but like
yours is trashy. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did you just pop us in the screen?
Yes, I did.
You guys talk about your violent nature.
I mean, listen.
Violent nature.
You're trying to hit people when they don't agree with you.
I mean,
I was not. I just flicked the screen.
Keep your hands to yourself.
I mean,
yes.
All right. Are you going to defend your people or not?
There's Ant Farm. There is Zach and what was it called?
The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Okay.
There was Austin and Allie. There's a lot. So there's Bunked.
There are a lot. There are so many great shows that you guys have. All derivatives of our show. Saved by the Bell, Punky Brewster, Silver Spoon,
Blossom,
Facts of Life,
Different Strokes.
All and our shows gave better and more impactful lessons.
Yep. The storyline was believable. It was believable.
You have literally binged Different Strokes with me.
Facts.
And our theme songs were cooler.
They're awful.
Now the world to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Then along comes two. They got nothing but the dreams. See what I'm saying? Good stuff.
I mean, I have to admit, Friends was also a good show from your generation.
I'm just saying.
And well, I mean, that was
a different world.
But yeah, that's true. But you had good times, and there was never any good times in that show.
Touche.
We can admit that.
The most
I can't argue with that.
I've ever heard. Just like we have good times. Literally goes bankrupt in one episode. What?
That's true.
Where are the good times?
Listen, I don't disagree. Good times weren't very many good times.
We can confess, and we understand with full disclosure that it should have been reality times instead of good times.
Reality times.
Because
challenging.
It was a lot of realistic stuff happening in there.
Challenging times. Challenge.
I remember me and Dad made a song called "Bad Times." We could base it on the show. It was a really good song. I mean, I also respect Full House. That was a '90s show.
There you go. Family Matters.
I mean, Family Matters was definitely one of my favorites.
I'm just saying.
Fresh Prince.
But I mean,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh wow, that was made in the 1990s, but it was
shocking, isn't it?
The Fresh of Prince of Bel-Air.
The Fresher? No, Fresh.
Fresher.
Fresh.
No,
there's no herb.
There's no herb.
There's no herb. It's fresh.
I know. I messed up.
All right, Mom. Pick the next category. I think we've already made our point here.
Yeah, I feel like what?
Here's what we got left: singers, movies,
Oh jeez.
and going outside.
Oh,
Or staying inside.
going outside.
When we going outside, staying inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, I think it's obvious here. First of all, the fresh air.
Going inside, staying inside's fun.
No.
But not as fun as going outside.
Not
You
fun
can
going
go
outside.
inside. You can think of the most amazing stuff inside. You can eat snacks inside without the ants trying to eat them. And
What? We didn't lay on the ground eating snacks.
We didn't
you can't lay on the ground and eat snacks.
lay on the ground and eat snacks.
That's what I'm saying. You talking about ants? I'm going. You have to be on the ground where the ants is at. Listen,
There's bees outside.
outside
There's
we
outside.
jump rope. Outside
Oh,
we played red light, green light. We played kickball.
We're in a pandemic. We can't go outside that often.
We played softball outside. We played volleyball outside. We
You
played
don't see how quickly
basketball
I shut down
outside.
your idea.
What?
You don't see how quickly I just shot down your idea.
What?
What'd you
I
say?
said we're in a pandemic. We can't go outside.
No. You can go outside. Outside is the one place that they said, well, you know what? You can go out for walks. You can go out. Outside was the safer
That
place.
doesn't mean you can go like you're talking when you say outside to play jump rope and all that jazz. You mean outside to the park or in like
No,
in a
Jump
safe,
rope right outside the house.
right outside.
like in a safe neighborhood that doesn't have a bunch of parking lots like the neighborhood we live in.
No, listen. You could go outside, like Daddy said, right outside here. Get you a jump rope and jump rope outside. Sit outside and draw on the concrete outside. And furthermore, a lot of the super spreaders, since you want to bring up the pandemic, a lot of the super spreaders and stuff happen when people are all packed inside, not outside.
What?
Yeah.
Sometimes we would just, like Uncle Ron said, we would just go outside just to be outside. Like we would just go outside and sit on the stoop and sit on the steps and just talk.
I mean, why don't you let us do that then?
You can't do that. Nobody said you
We
couldn't
don't
do
have
that.
all the outside stuff you're talking about. We
Call
don't
me
have
out.
jump ropes or
You can do it right now.
we don't have jump ropes.
What?
Or any of the fun Plus, I have a 21-year-old sister who doesn't really like being outside.
Wow, I have a
Are you kidding me? I try to
You
ask you to
wait,
go out
wait.
for walks more often than anyone else in this
You
house.
like going out for walks. You don't like running around outside with having fun.
I
You
love how we got them to argue about this.
Yeah.
They're arguing our point for us.
Thank you.
I like being outside to
Go ahead. Go ahead. She's arguing
I'm
our
aware
point.
that you guys are right. But like I like being outside to go play and run and have tag, but I don't have anyone to do that with. Because you don't like going outside to do that.
You know what? I can see. This is ridiculous.
Oh, she's mad at me now. That's weak.
Wow, dissension in the ranks. We're
I
just
mean-
about to move on to another category.
No question.
Aria, what we have left is movies and singers.
I guess we can try movies.
You doing movies?
Of course we are.
All right. So defend your movies.
We have Sonic, and I feel like we're gonna win because the CGI y'all had in your movies are awful.
Well, we didn't have CJ.
Can't argue that.
CGI wasn't invented till the 2000s. Good CGI wasn't invented till the 2000s.
Well, yeah.
You may have your fancy we have the good Transformers now, Mom. that you
I
love.
beg your pardon.
Our Transformer movie was good. The cartoon movie was
It
good.
was excellent.
That's the
There's nothing
cartoon
wrong with
movie.
that. We're talking about the one that came out recently.
That is the cartoon movie.
You know the one with Shia LaBeouf.
Wait a minute. That was the first one.
Wait. So are we talking about like live action movies and cartoon movies? Because then I have
you can talk about both if you like.
okay.
Either one.
Our cartoon movies had good lessons in them, and you know that because we watched Raya and the Last Dragon together, Dad, and you said that they had a good lesson in it.
It was a good lesson.
It was.
Plus, we got some pretty good princess movies.
We have good, but wait, sorry, don't bring up the princess movie.
The princesses came from our era.
Gosh darn it! But
we can't argue special effects.
That's right.
Can't argue graphics. We can't argue CGI. All of those things are obviously better than when it was in our generation. But we can say is our movies were better, and the reason how we know that is because you guys in your generation keep trying to make our
That's
movies.
right. Keep reboot. The reboot.
So clearly our stories are better than your stories because y'all keep trying to make our stories over.
Wait.
Reboot.
So, like when you said Disney princess, we have Elsa, Tiana, the first Black Disney princess. We have Pocahontas, the first native.
Wait a minute. No. Pocahontas been around for a long time, baby.
Hold on. No, the Disney movie. Let me see.
What about Merida? She's the first Disney princess. She's the first Disney princess next to Elsa that did not get married.
Gosh darn it! It was made in the 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
All of our stories were better. Now, what you guys have done with our stories
has made them better
visually makes your visual movie better. But our stories were better. Mm-hmm. Every story, think about it. You guys y'all just came out with a new Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters came out in the 80s.
But it's a good Ghostbusters.
The first Ghostbusters was good.
But the graphics are better, and I think there was.
They are better. Again, like I said, we can't argue against the graphics and all that stuff. You guys, clearly the graphics have gotten better over the years. But the reason why you're remaking all of our stories is because our stories are better.
Okay, but we have Moana as a princess.
That's Polynesian princess.
You know what? I think you're right about that.
Shrek's not a Disney princess.
No, Shrek is a movie.
Oh, Shrek's the greatest movie of all time, and I think everyone can agree.
Shrek is the greatest movie of all time.
One of the greatest movies.
Really? I didn't know y'all like Shrek that way.
Also came out in 2001.
I'll give you Shrek. I mean, listen.
Shrek was awesome.
Shrek, it seems oddly familiar. Where have I seen Shrek?
I'm trying to think of
Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
What?
No.
Beauty and the
Shrek
Beast
is just another version of Beauty and the Beast.
Shrek is poor.
He rescued the princess.
No, didn't rescue the. Darn.
First of all,
He
Shrek
didn't
was not
rescue Belle.
poor. Shrek was not poor, if you remember the plot line.
He lived in a swamp.
But it was his swamp. He owned it.
He owned his own swamp.
He scared everyone else away. That's why he owned the
Shrek
swamp.
was a businessman.
That's right. That's why he owned it. He owned it. It was his.
He had nobody.
He had all the money. Shrek was
No, he
balling.
didn't.
Listen.
He doesn't have land. He lives in a random swamp.
Hey,
It is though. He owns it.
and when he married the princess, he took her back to the swamp.
That's right.
Shameful.
That's where he's raising his kids right now.
Fiona.
That's where he's raising his kids right now in the swamp. I listen again.
Oh wait,
Go
did
ahead.
you guys hear about like the darn it, what was it called? The DreamWorks movie? What was it called?
What? How to
Ice
Train Your
Age?
Dragon?
Ice Age is going to have a 6th movie.
I don't know anything about that.
I just want
So
you.
are you guys conceding that our stories are better?
No.
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 What?
Our cartoons have better lessons though.
You made that up.
That's
We
because
the one to establish the lessons.
I was gonna say that's because they were built on the stories that we told y'all. That's the only reason you got them lessons.
A lot of the Disney princesses were born in the 2000s.
Wait a minute, Hannah. You know, just the other day you had me watch that dark Hansel and Gretel, and it came from the original story, The Brothers Grimm, of Hansel and Gretel that's been around a long
Hansel and Gretel
time.
been around
But
50 years.
But I found the book version. How old are books?
What the?
Oh my god.
How old
How
are
old are
books?
books? That is hilarious. Hey, how old are books?
So we can put a timestamp.
That's funny. That is
They're from
funny.
CE.
What?
They're from 618 and 900 and CE.
There's no such thing as CE.
I was getting ready to say after Christ.
It's from the
before Christ.
There's BC.
crazy.
There's BC and AD.
Oh, they say it's from the Tang Dynasty from China.
Okay. I don't know if we need to know how old books are.
but
Okay.
But I mean, I found the book version of Hansel and Gretel, and I remember reading it in 4th grade, and it's like slightly less darker than the one that we watched.
Okay.
I mean,
there's no way you could tell the story. Either way you tell the story, Hansel and Gretel was that's, to me, in my opinion, they call it the Brothers Grimm. Those were some Grimm-like stories. Where the kids, Red Robin Hood. I mean, what's her name? Red Riding Hood. That was a Grimm story.
The first episode of the Hansel and Gretel story that we watched on Netflix, someone got impaled.
But you see what I'm saying? To me, if anything, your generation is making it more graphic, like you said, but they're making it even more. I don't even know what's the next level.
You know why they're making it more graphic? Because they can't tell a good story.
Facts.
We tell a good story without having to do any of that.
I'm gonna come down there. Hold on.
No. Just take. We got one more to go. Then you can come down here. You already took the L, so just take this. All right. We got one more subject, and that is who has the better singer.
We're gonna lose.
I think you've already lost. I think you already know. It's pretty cut and dry.
Y'all have Michael Jackson.
We have Michael Jackson.
We do.
You have
We have Prince.
wait.
Whitney Houston.
Wait. But aren't all the people that you just mentioned dead?
They are. And yet their music is still better than
It's still going on and on and on and on.
Sorry.
I mean, listen, no disrespect to some of you guys singers. Some of them.
I know how much you like. I mean, you like Drake's music.
Whoa. Hold on,
Nugget.
Nugget.
You like Drake music. I mean, you like 2 songs.
Right. There's 2 songs I like. Yeah.
I like
all of the albums.
Yeah. I don't like any of the albums. But he has a couple of songs that I do like.
But I know we all like Beyonce.
We do like Beyonce.
You like Beyonce, you're not allowed in this house.
Now, wait a minute.
What?
Don't disrespect.
What's matter if you don't like Beyonce, you can't come in this house.
I don't know if we're gonna kick you out the house, but you do like Beyonce. But we got a lot of great singers. Too many to name.
Isn't Beyonce part of your generation though? Because she's kind of born then.
Beyonce was trained in our generation.
Yeah, she started producing music and art.
Technically, she's probably more your generation.
Do you have something you would like to say? You're doing that this entire show. You good?
Well,
I'm drowning over here.
Well, in the chat, they said the generation will continue to be great from our generation.
That is very
true.
We're
fixing the problems from your
Childish
generation.
Gambino.
He's your generation. He's great. He's phenomenal.
You know how much you like Childish Gambino, Dad?
I do. I like Childish Gambino. I like Silk Sonic. But they're building off of the building blocks of my generation.
Right.
Can I just say that we're still fixing like your generation? I mean, your generation's problems.
What do you mean?
Preferably the generation before your generation's problems.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like Earth-wise, like how like the Earth's kind of unclean and stuff.
What the Earth-wise? We supposed
Are
to
you taking the subject to meet your
Yes, that's exactly what she's doing.
What kind of Jedi mind trick is this?
Let's talk about your problems from your generation.
I will deal with the issue. I'll change the subject.
That's right.
I'm gonna snap my fingers and we're changing the subject.
Okay.
Wow, she tried to Thanos us.
She tried to Thanos us. I see what you did there.
So sad.
So I think the music thing is pretty clear. Okay, so here's what we need everybody in the chat to do throughout the day. share, like, and subscribe to this show. And also put in the chat. That's mommy's microphone, y'all. Put in the chat that who you thought defended their era better. Was it me and mommy or the girls? And then let us know who you thought did better. And then we will tally up and
they're gonna vote us because I'm adorable.
You what?
They're gonna vote us because I'm adorable.
So what? Okay. Do you want them to vote generation a letter or?
You can say the girls, or
okay.
if you think the girls defended their era better, or you can say the parents if you think we defended our era better.
What generation y'all from, by the way? I forgot to ask.
The best generation.
No, letter.
We don't have a letter.
When was born?
Uncle Ron did give you credit for your Jedi mind trick. How you try to change
I'm just saying, you know.
You did try to change it. That was very
good.
Girl, this was fun. I enjoyed this tremendously.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this tremendously. Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah.
Our little mashup.
Uh-oh, Zaria says she did not.
You didn't enjoy it, Zaria?
Why? Why? What's your words?
Zaria's like,
I felt completely unprepared. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
Not,
Wait, this music today's nasty. It's not that nasty.
It's not the best. It's not the best.
Because like you guys did have a pretty good era. I really did try to defend it, but I wouldn't know how to.
Well, the problem is, Azari, is that we've raised you old school.
That's
you and your sister. We did this for fun, but the truth of the matter is, you guys have been raised old school, so you have a tremendous appreciation for the past, and we appreciate that from you guys. That you have an appreciation for the past. So you know, I get it. We put you under some. Zari rides old school, so I get it.
I don't.
I get because you like to think your generation.
She rides old school with a whole lot of stuff. She just won't admit it.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Not admitted for this show.
I have to mention one cartoon that I forgot to mention. That's still my favorite cartoon. I'm not afraid.
What is that?
And I'm not afraid to admit it anymore.
What is it?
Karma's World.
Karma's World is amazing.
Wow.
I'll give you credit. I'll give you that same credit. Karma's World is amazing.
It was.
If you have not sat down with your family and watched Karma's World on Netflix, shame on you.
Yes,
what is so
we're not
special
even
about this
monster.
Karma's World?
Hold on, I couldn't. Everybody was talking the same time. I couldn't hear.
What's so special about this Karma's World when you're telling people to tune into it? Why should they watch it?
Because it has life.
Do you want to take that?
Yes, it has life lessons that you will never regret hearing.
Plus, her rapping is always on point.
And it's also very relatable to Black people because the Black people.
What age group is this?
It's actually middle school.
Middle school.
But it doesn't speak in a way that's condescending to middle school students, but at the same time, it doesn't speak in a way to where it's kiddish. Like
not offensive. Like
it's not offensive. Yeah, it's really, really well put together. And the raps are good. Like Azari said, it's not corny stuff. It's really good.
Is this the cartoon that was written by Ludacris? Or
it is. Yes. It is. Yes.
The rapper?
Yep.
Yes.
And the actor.
Around his daughter.
It's him and his daughter.
Oh.
So that inspires.
I heard a little splash in the pan about this, but I didn't hear very much about it, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
What? What?
At some point, I'm gonna be able. My whole family cuts me off. At some point, it inspires us to keep doing what we're doing. That's what I was gonna say. I'll just be quiet at this point.
Oh, I do have one show that for like our generation.
What is it?
Shark Tank.
What, the Shark Tank?
How you gonna claim Shark Tank for your own generation?
It's not a cartoon.
No, but it came out in the 2000s, didn't it?
There's so many people defending y'all in the chat.
Well,
they know.
You know what I found shocking that nobody mentioned Fred Flintstone.
That's because
as much airplay as it gets in this house. Nobody said
I didn't have to. I had so much ammunition that I didn't even need to pull my Trump card or Fred.
I think every now and then y'all should flip the script and watch the Jetsons.
Dad, I didn't know that the person who made Karma's World was so handsome.
That's our show for today. That's our show for today through the mashup of I Still Do and Daddy and the Girls. Please like, share, and subscribe for both of our shows and the entire Noise Media family. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great Saturday, and we will see you tonight for a very special Uncorked Wine. We normally don't do this because I never advertise a wine show on our kids' show. But at the same time, this is a little different circumstances. So as soon as this show is over, there's a commercial that we want you to watch on the Noisemaker page. So please do that. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Have a great Saturday.